Buffalo Bills live stream, Madden 25. So feel free to hit me up in the comments. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, Facebook. Click that link below this video, subscribe to my channel, and click that bell notifications to know when next upload is. And yeah, let's get into it. And hope you guys enjoy, and hope you guys subscribe. And yeah, so let's get into it. It's going to be game number 3. Jacksonville versus Buffalo. What kind of hands play calls? Hey, babe.
Tonight, from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills taking on Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's the first weekend in fall, and we have made the journey to Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park.
Yeah, thanks. I got a new subscriber from the last stream.
You take a look at the Bills entering play here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here come the Jaguars to take over for the first time behind Trevor Lawrence, their quarterback in season number 4.
And I think if you're handing out hardware through 2 weeks of the season, he might be your MVP. Already 7 touchdown passes in just 2 games. As we do know, though, in real life, they don't hand you out anything this early. A lot of games left to get through between now and the playoffs.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13.
Yeah, it was him.
Plays like that will really help this offense settle in here on the road.
And when you go on the road, you also have to deal with the fans as well. And when you have those types of runs, that'll settle them back into their seats.
I don't know if he streamed or not. I don't know if he subscribed or not. It might have been that other one that just came on.
So So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Lawrence. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Duvernay in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. That's taken in by Duvernay. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
He just subscribed, I think. I think he was one of the new. I think he's new to subscribing to my channel.
Space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And Kirk is going to have the Jaguars' 1st down as the tackle made.
Was he one of your subscribers?
Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
On 1st down, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Open man, this is Brenton Strange, the tight end. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
We love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead.
Oh, I held on to 3 that time.
Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground, because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense, because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Throwing to start the drive. Allen.
Oh, you bitch.
First throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this 1st quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
I'm not going to win this game, that's for sure.
Etienne, his 1st rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. From the gun, it's Allen. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. That's going to be knocked away.
Samuel knocks it down instead of catching it.
The Bills at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to
catch it.
Hard to navigate.
Knock it off.
Always tough, NFL.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And now out come the Jags. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Etienne to start the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
That one a first down pickup of 8. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jags with a football to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw going to be caught by Davis. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Coach, your game plan is not working.
Handoff running left is Etienne. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Holy fuck.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Fucking quarterback.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Fucking nothing.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Lawrence.
No.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now Lawrence. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. And Oliver, that time to want to get in there and bring him down.
Oliver with the sack, and he really came into his own a season ago, recording a career-high 9.5 sacks, playing at a level that the Buffalo Bills envisioned when they made him a first-round pick.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense back out onto the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a gain of 34.
And there's now the quarterback in the league that won't ever complain about having small receivers like a Tyreek Hill or a Cooper Kupp who can find a seam, have good vision, and get open. But when you're throwing downfield like this, You want a big, tall receiver who can go above the rim, or if you're a volleyball fan, above the net and get it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Now they'll try again on second down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Allen to throw once more. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring it. Fourth down. Now Sean McDermott going to throw out the challenge flag. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully...
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
Oh, didn't bounce, stay out.
And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On second down, here's Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
stop catching it.
And happy.
Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first. They'll look to throw again. And one more time, here's Kirk. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Second and a couple. Here's Lawrence to throw.
Oh, come on, get him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it
Let
past
him
the
run.
50. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Why would you call a timeout, stupid? You're already winning anyway.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
Short game, short passes.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage
Damn
with a
short
little over
passes are
50
pissing me
seconds
off.
to go in the first half. They'll come up on a
Literally.
2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Now Lawrence to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Lawrence will throw. Pass taken in.
Fuck you.
Tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
There's no way that was the first down. He was out of bounds before it.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Rushed on that throw, so
And
couldn't help
that
it.
nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete.
Well, it was rushed on the 3. You seen it.
Retain possession there, and it's second down. Allen now looks to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Touchdown! Curtis Samuel as the first half is winding down. And the Bills are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, where you see the final score there. Amari Cooper, big numbers, 4 touchdown catches. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Gardner Minshew, 3 touchdown passes as his guys stay unbeaten on the year. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets.
A no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, they'll throw with Allen. That was sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The Bills passing game, getting him down the field. They've got another first down. Here's Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Allen looks to throw on second down.
Come on, get out of the read, Dick Tree.
Well,
Fucking Dobby.
Certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The kick by Bass is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone and able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
On second down, Lawrence. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Back to throw. Lawrence. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Dick bag.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Fucking Ingram.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Wait.
Back to throw again. Open man is Duvernay. And he's going to get this.
Starting to get annoying.
30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Again, it's Lawrence.
No.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back.
They're looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 33. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Looking deep downfield. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Jaguars force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. They go play action now. Lawrence. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Run the whole friggin' quarter.
A give to ETN running
No.
right. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Gregory Russo able to bring him down. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 32-yard line.
No.
And quickly, this is caught by Kirk. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. And the Bills are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Midge used to say all the time.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
Butt crack.
Happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And this one is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And this is going to be intercepted.
Yeah, that wasn't for you, dumbass. Darby. That wasn't for you.
13-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
2nd and 5. Another tote for Etienne.
And he'll be taken down
No.
at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage.
And this is going to be intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
So what a comeback here. They looked like they might be down and out not too long ago, but they have rallied back to take a fourth-quarter lead.
And I think we've got to give them nothing but credit for figuring things out on the fly because mentally they were on the ropes ready to go and they hung in there. They made some changes and adjustments, and that led to some big plays, and it turned this game on its ear.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars.
Trailing 17-10, 2:21 the time left. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been... And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. At issue here, does the football make contact with the ground before he secured it? And I think some of these angles are going to give us a pretty good look.
Oh. Secured is the important part because the ball can touch the ground, but it can't be loose when it does. So that's what they're going to have to try and figure out.
So after the INT, it's Allen. That's going to be caught.
Yeah, back in.
They were able to stop him, but
He went out of bounds, came back in.
into the 2.
So that wipes away a big play on the penalty for illegal touching on the outside.
And that's one as a receiver where a lot of times you don't even realize that you've even done it, but just one foot goes over the chalk and you're the first to touch it when you come back in, that's going to be a penalty.
And oh, what a catch at the 2.
And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Cook will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead now up to 14. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
after the touchdown pass to kick it away. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Lawrence.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. That is caught. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
Here's 1st down.
And that is caught. It's Davis.
And the Jags are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Now Lawrence. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
It is over. It's not you're not getting it. So.
You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside
not coming back to win it.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
Better not be doing damn onside
kick.
kick.
Hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the Bills, and that should all but do it. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
3rd and 5.
Up the middle to Davis.
And he will have a Bills 1st down, and that should be that.
And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Bills, They get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore
Ravens.
Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll try the middle with Cook. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
7-3 on my road. Way.
Now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
And it is incomplete. I had a defender running right with him. And now it's third down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground. And brings up fourth down. Off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar.
Yeah, damn bar.
All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Looking for Charlie Kohler on that one, and that'll bring up second down. You look at this Buffalo defense. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Jackson options out left, and holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jackson looking to throw on third, and that will be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Pass interference.
Flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up second down. You look at this Baltimore defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, sings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
A nice, tidy little drive there.
Hey, babe, you going to watch the Leaf game tomorrow night?
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee.
Leafs versus Sabres tomorrow night in Buffalo.
In a good size hole early on. They begin with Henry. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because they only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
A gain there of 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They go play action now. Jackson He finds his man. It's Charlie Kohler. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 22-yard line.
Legal block. Yeah.
So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last for
A long time.
no doubt.
Rasul Douglas there to get him down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are back within a score. Tucker with the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. Finish it off. He's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Bills getting set to go. This drive here, be motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. A touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play here for Buffalo. 46 yards. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go to the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills have taken the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A little bit of flip the script. Quarter one, they struggled. Quarter two here, they put things together. And I guess sometimes, Charles, you just come out and you have to get your feet underneath you in a ball game, right?
That's exactly right, because every now and then, you don't come out of the gate as fast or as strong as you want to. Sometimes you have to ramp up into it or take a few hits along the way and figure it out. And that's what they've done so far. Slow start, but now they're starting to put it together.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Jackson. It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Again, Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. This complete left side to Aguilar. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up second down. To throw is Jackson. Got his target. That's Kohler. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is that right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. K.J. Osborne, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. Derek Carr, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. And finally, on Monday Night Football, a second straight doubleheader. Titans-Dolphins at 7:30, followed by the Seahawks and Lions at 8:15. We saw some strong work from James Cook in that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because
there he goes right side. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Jackson running again.
You stop running.
A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30.
Nah, Puig.
Justin Pugh, the left guard that time with a flag. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Off the option, here's Henry. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
That pass is caught by Hardy. And he is going to lose yardage here. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here.
Miss. Bing.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
So here are the Bills to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against Jacksonville, and they lead this one as well right now. Out in front here, they've got it 1st and 10. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football. Knowing full well, he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Sam Martin now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. Here now, 2nd and 4. Jackson options out left. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They won versus Dallas.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. First down, here's Mitchell. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun.
Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And both of these defenses
Bills face
these last few drives offensively, just not able to get
Bills play on Monday or on Sunday.
And a lot of the guys will go back and review.
I think they're against the Patriots.
Everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Oh, Samuel, what a grab. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And that is incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. Now he fires deep for Shakir.
Where's the purple flag? What the hell is that?
Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Oh, you can't challenge. Fuck.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Matt Milano, an all-pro last year, in on the tackle.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Henry. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Beginning this series with a handoff to Cook.
Freaking 99.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the 1st. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down 20-14. A minute 47 on the clock. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Well, if you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's 3rd down here. That is caught, Bateman. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. Here's Jackson.
Over the middle, complete. That's Hardy. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
It's hauled in by Hardy.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
Jackson.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 34-yard line. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs.
Throwing, Jackson.
To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Jackson to throw. He finds Bateman over the middle.
And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 17-yard line.
This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because While they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for Buffalo, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to log off now. I know it's earlier than 11, but I don't know if my thing will stay on because I'm already over an hour on stream. So, anyway, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later, and maybe I might stream tomorrow night, depending on how the Leaf game goes. Alright, so I'll see you guys later. Bart Gaming, this is your host, Bart6456, signing off. Later.